Hey there, welcome to another session of digital marketing. Last week we had discussed about steps to setting up a marketing strategy. They included setting the required goals, selecting the target audience, selecting the marketing channels, planning the digital media content, and measuring and analyzing results. We had also discussed about how to go about setting up the required goals. This week we will be discussing about selecting the target audience. So, who are target audience? They are anybody, they are a particular user group who have the highest likelihood of purchasing your product. Let's say you are selling shoes or any other goods, biscuits, soaps, shampoos. There will be a particular set of audience who are more likely to purchase those goods than everybody else out there. And why do you have to identify your target audience? It is because that is how you can create content to attract those customers. So in order to identify your target audience and creating a target audience, you want to first create a customer persona. So let's say you are selling biscuits. Your typical customer would be somebody who is probably in the more younger age demographic, right? From an age perspective, they're probably more young in age. Or maybe you are selling biscuits which are more targeted towards kids specifically. So you would create a persona which would show all the traits that would be common among this target audience, and which would bring them together. So that, you see, is a customer persona. It's one of the ways to identify who my target audience, what my target audience basically looks like. Could be probably I'm trying to sell chocolates, so my target audience will have certain characteristics which would probably not be very. Imagine if I'm trying to sell chocolate, maybe I might not be trying to target senior citizens with it, people who are way more elderly with it. Probably my target audience would be more on the younger demographic side. So I would try and create ad campaigns. I would try and create my messaging in a way that would attract these people. You would find some things like that probably during your some of the events out there, major events like New Year's or Valentine's Day, or you can name it across the year that happens. And then you will see that there are very specific types of ads that keep coming up to attract these kinds of audience. And why is that so? Because you already have a target audience in your profile that you have created, and now you know who they are. So your entire messaging, your entire content creation is created in a way to attract this specific segment of audience. Typically the characteristics of creating a customer persona are who the person is. Basically you want to know their demographic details like age, gender, and their interests, their psychographic behaviors, their behavioral characteristics. And then you would want to understand what do they really want to achieve. When we say what do they want to achieve, in the sense that what is it that they're trying to what is it that they want really. How do you do that? Why is that so important? Because when you understand the need of the user, you can communicate and you can create content and messaging in a way that would attract this user, right? Imagine, like, typically we have been discussing about running shoes. Imagine a person who is into the fitness space. For them, you want to create content which that this person wants to get more healthy, right? He wants to become more fit. He wants to become more healthy. She wants to ensure that probably she wants to lose weight, or maybe she wants to gain more muscle. Once you have that, once you understand what it is, you can now create ads using your product in a way that makes them feel like, okay, if I buy this product, I can achieve what I really want. See, that is how you create content. And on top of that, you also then want to identify a new customer persona. Why is it that they're not able to achieve? What are the barriers that are keeping them from achieving that goal? And how can you as a firm can create a situation wherein you are able to solve that barrier, right? So once you are able to understand these three situations, you will be able to create content, and you will be able to put yourself in a way wherein the user thinks that, oh, if I buy this product, if I buy this service, I will be able to solve my problems. So here we talk about next, why even create customer persona. As we had discussed, one of the ways is to create customized content, and the other reason is to add targeting. If I realize that my target segment is probably in the age of 25 to 40, I would now select places, I would select channels, and I would create content that would be focused around this person. So on the right side, as you can see, I have created a target audience persona. So let's say we are now trying to promote healthy lifestyle, and let's say we are a healthy foods company, or one of those apparel company which is trying to promote healthy lifestyle. So what could be our target person? Just an example. So you would have that audience name, any imaginary name, and what are their actual needs. Say they want to lead a healthy lifestyle. What also, as we had discussed in the previous slide, what we need to understand what their demographics are. Typically, they are in the age of 25 to 40. Maybe we are talking about male users here specifically, let's say, and whose income is typically 10 to 30 lakhs, who are graduates or postgraduates, and who live in an urban city. So this, you see, is what we call as who is the user. We have understood the demographic details, and now we will also understand their behavioral details and their psychographic details. Psychographic means their interests, basically. So let's say they watch movies, they go to movie theaters. So that is one place where I could probably create an ad campaign, or create some kind of, let's say, imagine people walking up to, we know that this is the kind of individual that we are targeting, and we know that they'll be busy over the entire week with their work, and they come over to a mall, let's say, on weekend. So we can run a campaign at the mall, probably create some kind of a nice competition out there, like, okay, who can score, maybe who can put the ball in the basket, or who can score some runs, or who can kick the ball into the goal post, or stuff like that. And then give them some coupons as rewards, or stuff like that, rewards and others. So that is how we are able to target these users, because we know they need something, and we know where they will be available. So we can create our content, and we can position ourselves in the right location, so that they are able to purchase the product and solve their requirements. Similarly, when we say about behaviors, we try to understand what do they do actually in this. But typically, so let's say you find that, so user behavior pattern, you understand that they watch a lot of fitness videos. So that's a typical way to understand that, okay, these are the kinds of audience you want to target, right? And typically they also want to eat healthy food, so probably you want to target those food delivery apps which are into which are very much health conscious, or probably you want to target gyms. But also, since we had discussed that these are probably in the age of 25 to 40, probably they go to parties also on weekend. That's also a nice place to target. You can create content in a way that resonates with them. So in fact, I remember once we had gone to this club, and somewhere a little bit outside there was this nice ad which was posted. It said, like, okay, weekend is fun and great, but remember to burn those calories which you have just taken in. Use our uh, running shoes to ensure that you burn these calories. Now, see, that's effective advertising, right? That's one way to reach out to the audience. Probably you can do it elsewhere, but just giving you an example to understand it. Next week we will discuss about the other steps of understanding the marketing channels and the other steps which are part of the understanding the strategy. Thank you.